You feeling good, huh? Hey, Matt Phil, how you doing? Yep, same to you. Hey, Frisky, how you doing? How's it going? How you guys day going today? Where you been, Matt Phil? I haven't seen you around in a while. I talked to Sherry today, Frisky. No, I didn't. No, I just interviewed 50 people 6 weeks ago. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. How's your dad doing? She's in good shape. She may be coming up here, actually. Well, it's good he's got, yeah, done. No, it's a stepmom, really. She's going to give me a call tomorrow. Oh, dementia. Oh, okay. How long ago was he diagnosed? Yeah, she's going to let me know tomorrow. sure seemed in a good mood. So I'm glad things are working out for her. Yeah, Nada, sweetheart, I agree. Yeah, just a really nice lady. It's unbelievable. God, you can be that age. It's cold outside, playing the piano. Great life. Outlived everybody pretty much. But that area where she lives is beautiful. I mean, it had to have been something like things they make movies out of. Worked hard jobs her whole lives, cleaners, that kind of thing. Self-taught piano player. I wish that piano was at a better location because it's really kind of dark there. But she said earlier in the summer it was busier, which I believe is true. I mean, that whole town's pretty busy. Yeah, she is frisky, right? Yep. Yeah, Ada's such a nice lady. Yeah, she really is. Be a great neighbor, I'll bet you. Oh, yeah. Did she remind you of your grandma a little bit? Hey, now, did you guys happen to get did you get a notice or did you just happen to be on YouTube? Because I know that notices aren't going out. People send me emails later. Hey, Alethea, how you doing? And today they asked me, well, are you sure that? It's like, yeah, I'm sure. I get emails later. Oh, yeah, she came out, grew up in survived the Depression and, different things like that. Yeah, normally I would have organized a little bit better, but I was already on a live and I happened to be walking by her. Oh, never a notice for live. Now, do you have the bell thing clicked? Because this is what they were asking me. Did anybody get a notice? You gotta have a notification and you gotta click the bell. Yeah, moderator Monday. There's less of them now, by the way. Oh, no kidding. Okay, good. Brandy, were you already on? Were you already on, or did you get a notice? I know some people get them sometimes, but like lately, not really. Yeah, but their bandwidth's not an issue with them. I've got 11,000 videos uploaded, almost 12,000. They don't care about that. And a notice really doesn't take much of that up. Oh, are you subscribed, Brandy? Yeah, a couple of people are going to send things to Ada Send or something, which is cool. I get up there quite a bit. Got cold here today. Alethea, did you get a notice for this, or did you just happen to be on here? Because they'll ask me, give me an example. I didn't have any today. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I have to keep better track of this. Oh, did you? Yeah, those people are a pain in the ass. They're so unbelievably incompetent. It's ridiculous. Don't vet any of their sources. They're claiming there's no audio on a tip line. Give me a break. Or even with the dispatcher, that's all recorded. I'm not done with them yet. Oh, okay, thanks, Brandy. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think it is too. See, back in the day before the internet or like places like YouTube, you didn't have anybody to tell. Tell a couple of your friends, and half of them probably didn't believe it. There it is, right in black and white. And even like now, does that mean you don't get notices for videos? I did find out today that if you upload more than 3 videos, that no more notices go out. But I talk to people that don't get any notices, no matter how many uploads. So there goes that theory. You don't know what to believe, you know? Crazy. Yeah, I think it is too. Yeah. That's the way it goes. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I was wondering how they do those webcams. Like they'll have them all like different things, but no chat. It's just a camera playing. I looked on the settings, but it didn't look like it's the same setup as it is for like a streaming chat like this. I don't get it. I was in the post office today. A bunch of those people got COVID. They're off work. Yeah. Hey, Clark Ferry, how you doing? Hey, Ghost Girl, how are you? How'd your day go? You would not believe these wackos you get on YouTube. It's like crazy, man. These emails I get, people are nuts. People ask me about starting a YouTube channel. I try and warn them on it. Yeah, I'll probably run into it again, but maybe not this year because, it's already been like okay on the weekends. It just happened to catch her, but like she said, it's winding down for the winter. Guess that's what you get with good genes, not smoking or drinking. Oh, that's good, Ghost Girl. Oh, excuse me, I gotta make myself something to eat. I think I got some allergies and stuff, and I can't figure out for the life of me what it is. I thought it was dog dander, now I don't. I have an allergy to dust or something. Sure is bugging me though, I'll tell you that. Oh, really, Alethea? I wonder why that, what, do they have an explanation for that at all? What's the deal with that? Hey, Zebka, how you doing? Yeah, I've never heard of that. That's interesting though. I didn't think that was possible. Yeah, I got the best filter, Scott, which I've read about and they claim costs you heat, you use more energy, blah, 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 but I've got the best one they make. How bad's that bother you, Mick Scott? Yeah, that's scary, Alethea. That's something like that. Oh hell yeah, I'd be upset too. That's weird. And especially after two. So you got the Moderna, right? Yeah, everybody I know up here. Oh, that's interesting, Scott. No kidding. Huh. Oh, okay. Are there other things too, or is it basically just dust? Well, a lot of people still get COVID after the vaccine. That's not uncommon at all. The difference is you don't die. That's not uncommon at all. Hey, Gertie, how are you? Oh, that's interesting, Scott. Yeah, maybe that's my problem. Yeah, it is weird. Did you? I'm sure you've searched that, Alethea. Did you find any articles about it? What may be the cause of that? Because if you eventually didn't have any antibodies, I would think that the shot wouldn't do you any good. I've never heard of that. Huh. This damn COVID is still alive and well all over the place. Unbelievable. I mean, you would have thought you would have had them with the big initial shots. Hey, I'll check it out for you too. It is interesting. I got the Johnson and Johnson a few months ago. No, it's unbelievable. People don't think it's real. Yeah, I see it all the time. It's wreaking havoc with places where people are employed, pro football teams, pro basketball. Some people think it's the government keeping track of you with radioactive microphones. It's just nuts. Hey, Blue, how you doing? Now is not a time to be paranoid schizophrenic, that's for sure. Oh yeah, for sure it is. I just don't understand. They think it's a government conspiracy test. All you got to do is read the obituaries. Hey, Brian, how you doing? Pretty good. I spent about a half hour in the chat with YouTube today. What a pain in the ass. What I think's happened with YouTube is they don't want to come out and tell you how much they've changed. And when you go to upload a video, you basically click off that it could be anything. And if you grade your own videos poorly, after a while they will not allow you to do that. And what will happen is you'll upload a video, they'll go through it with a fine-tooth comb before it's active. So, you want to keep a good batting average with self-policing. But the way it is now, you don't know this is what I think's happened. If you look back at the old days of YouTube, right? It was just crazy, some of the stuff that you could see on there. And then they got more popular and they had time. They rewrote software and you got rid of the racists and the crazies and the anti-gay people and all that stuff. And now it's like even a step further because on kind of the stuff that I do, they don't want you mentioning drugs. They consider talking to a working girl and asking her how she got there and why she can't leave and if she'd like to and if you tried this or that. They consider that inappropriate language. So for a guy like me that likes doing that kind of stuff, you're basically forced now to have an interview where the very same reasons people tuned in because they were curious, they're not as interested as they used to be because you can't ask the questions that are pertinent to why they're there. So it's really, and excuse me, YouTube isn't going to, hey, up in the house, YouTube doesn't really want to tell you that. So what they'll do is they'll quit recommending you. They will give you the yellow dollar sign, which is just as bad as demonetized. I mean, that happened to me on that last group of videos where I interviewed all those people about a month ago. And they even went back to the videos that they recommended for years, and they did it to them as well. So they're even backtracking. And from what I can read between the lines, what they've done is they want to make it so if a digital advertiser's ad comes up, they don't want to take any chance that it's going to be something that it might disinterest somebody, offend them, or if you're paying good money to get your product out there, evidently there's enough people that have complained, and YouTube finally got around to making sure that their advertisement isn't coming up in your video. They probably complained. It's like, we're trying to sell widgets and our ads, we're paying you a lot of money and our ads are coming up in the middle of this Tom Reed Chosen Ones interviews with working girls. We don't want it happening. So even though there's nothing inherently wrong with like a documentary style interview, it's turning off advertisers. Excuse me. So their hands are kind of tied. And they're doing the only thing that's left to do. They're not going to tell me to get lost. They're just not going to send business my way. Which, is, what are you going to do about it, right? I mean, I've always kind of uploaded the same things. But you're in trouble when this is done retroactively. Yeah, it's true, Brian. Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah. But it just speaks volumes. I mean, it's a cheap litmus test when someone tells you that they don't believe the virus is real or that, the government created it. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely real. Now, how it got here and its origin is definitely a topic for debate. And even if you went out on a limb and you had a couple beers with a conspiracy theorist, before what would bring a country down to its knees is a war. And now there's something even worse than a war. If you'd asked me 5 years ago, is there anything that could have done more damage to the country other than a war than 9/11, I'd have said no. And I couldn't say that anymore. I mean, this thing is like not done yet. It isn't like, when the war is over, the war is over. This thing is like all the politicians are running scared. They played hardball, and I bet you money, like in our case, the governor of Michigan, if she'd have had a crystal ball, I bet she wouldn't have been so hardcore on protecting the citizens because I think it's going to keep her from getting reelected. That's all great that you want to protect the public and make Michigan a safe haven and do the right thing. But when you've pissed off a bunch of businesses and half of them are out of business and the half that's left is struggling, I doubt you're going to get their vote. So she's kind of in between a rock and a hard place. And if you looked at her sanctions early compared to what she's doing now, it's like nothing. So I think it's probably self-survival. So when this thing looked like it had a reasonable end at the beginning, nobody really knew. It looked good that your government was protecting you, but now this damn thing is struggling on over a year and a half. It's made politicians, for their own reelection purposes, kind of dumb down and come up with reasons why places could stay open maybe when they shouldn't be. Yeah. Hey Gary, how you doing? Hey Stacy, how's it going? So it's a tough time. If anybody out there knows, if you could explain to me, how does the stimulus money end? And nobody wants to work still. Could somebody explain this to me? Where this big group of, 5 years ago, it was hard to get a job here and you were happy if you got one for $11. So where are these people getting income now? Does anybody have an answer to this? Traverse City, which is a bad example. It's an affluent area over on the west side of Michigan. $21 an hour to start at McDonald's and no applicants. So it's I just don't get this. I mean, when you don't have people showing up for what used to be minimum wage, then it went to 11, 12, 15. Everybody thought it was nuts. And now it's 21 and they're closing early because they can't find enough people to work. Yeah, Alethea, I'm the same way. I cannot figure it out. That's Anthony. I'll give him a call later. I don't think unemployment was extended in Michigan. I don't think so. I don't think it was. Now, you could be right, but I don't think so. Because I know employers around here were looking forward to a new, group of people looking for work. No, I think you're right. And, $10 an hour, I mean, let's face it. Not only that, but if you crunch the numbers and you go back and you look at inflation and look at the price of things now. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, you don't want to come across as some jerk. There aren't that many under-table jobs, Red. That's the thing. There aren't that many of them. I mean, there are a few, but there aren't that many. So normally I would say, yeah, but there's not too many businesses can afford to pay under the table. They're not cash businesses. Everything's accounted for. All of a sudden you're ringing up your gross sales and you don't have any labor to offset it. It doesn't make any sense. Now, if you're running a fruit stand, you're selling $10,000 worth of sweet corn a month. That's a little different. I think you're right about that, Robert. Yeah, you're right. Oh, sorry about that, Gary. Hey, Faye, how you doing? Oh, yeah. Yeah, they can't even get wait staff in the good places. Oh, selling on eBay, yeah. Yeah, Summer, I don't blame you. I mean, you cannot, it's so there are books written about this, and it's not talked about like it used to be. And that was even before inflation went crazy. But you can't. It's the working poor. It's the working poor. Yeah, I don't know either, Jay. Well, no, I don't get it either. And if you look at rent, that's why, as an example, Tassie, she's trying to do the right thing, working at a hamburger place. I don't know what that pays, 11, 12 bucks an hour. So if you look at a week's pay, what are you getting? 480 gross. What are you taking home? Like 380? Your rent's 1,000 a month. I mean, what that, I don't know what the answer is to it. Yeah, I do remember it, Red. Yeah, I sure do. I do remember that. Yeah. She was actually a great moderator for a long time. Did a good job. How could I forget? That's true, Stacey. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, I know, $1,000. And I don't know. And there were other clues. There were other clues like go down to these car dealerships and look what they want for a new vehicle. Even the Wall Street Journal did an article about 5 years ago that the middle class could no longer afford a new car. It's boggling to me. Let alone like sending a kid to college or something like that. I mean, here's my take on it. Like where I live, this is like not the greatest. Hey, Viviana, not the greatest place. It's quasi vacation area. There are cabins and stuff, but by and large, most people stop here to go to the bathroom and get a hamburger, and then they go on to places like Gaylord, Grayling, uh, Traverse City, Petoskey, that kind of thing, Harbor Springs. And even around these places, I just don't think like guys my age, baby boomers, I don't think the people are going to replace. I'm up here for a different reason, but the people that inherited their grandfathers or parents' second home, I mean, they're struggling to work where there's somebody's paying a decent wage. They're not going to be able to afford for gas 3.39 a gallon. It's just so much has changed. No, I believe that, Brian. That's the truth. That is exactly the truth. Yeah, Red. It's true, Red. It's true. Look at San Francisco and their homeless problem. No, a lot of people doing that, Gary. A lot of people going back to work. Yeah. I mean, you go into McDonald's now, it's not teenagers gaining experience. It's people 70 years old. I'll tell you another thing that I've noticed that kind of bites older people in the ass. If they were self-employed, particularly, before you know it, 40 years got behind you. Were self-employed the whole way, and you were cutting deals for cash. Well, that catches up with you when you go to apply for Social Security, and you'll see a lot of older people that made good incomes because they were skimming and were self-employed. Well, when you're dependent on that Social Security check, and it's not much. That's why. See, you can't have it both ways. But that's why I found that a lot of people that are older are going back to work. You look at like Ada, the piano player. She probably gets her husband's Social Security, hers, but that was like wages predicated from a long time ago. So I'm sure the extra money and getting tips playing the piano probably helped her survive. And she's in an expensive area, Traverse City. I mean, just to eat out, it's crazy. Oh, is that right, Faye? Wow. Yeah, not making enough. I believe that. Well, I mean, yeah, I think it's easy to get into a situation now where you are making less than you need to live. But what are you going to do? Quit your job, and then it only gets worse. So, I mean, believe me, I'm not a conspiracy theorist guy, and I don't know how this thing got started and how it ended up here, and probably never will know. But I know the damage that it's done. And man, if you're ever going to bring a world to its knees, it happened. I mean, it isn't like political. It isn't just a state or a country. All you got to do is turn on the damn on the internet and search around. They're dropping dead all over the world from the same thing, COVID. Then you get these new variants. It's crazy, man. And I'm sure there are some countries where these people are getting it and they don't have access to the shot vaccination like we do. It's just nuts, man. I mean, like I hadn't been in the post office in a long time, but I had mailed everybody's soap today, by the way. I mailed your soap. And that's when the guy told me a bunch of people are off because of COVID. Well, yeah, I'm not a germaphobe, and I think I've had it, but I don't know that for sure. But man, can you imagine just having a family and working in the post office and being stuck to like running in this into this many people on a daily basis? You'd think it would be just a matter of time, no matter what you did. Yeah, Lily, I don't really know what the details on that. I don't think they're getting $500,000, are they? I mean, I know they're probably getting something. That is concerning. I know. $21 on Faye in Traverse City. Lipitor? I say it's the way to go. Highly recommend it. It's better than the alternative. That's my opinion. No kidding, Gary. Wow. Hey, Mary, how you doing? Yeah, I know nursing. It seems to me like I think I think Mary, what's the going rate for like a nurse now in a typical place? Like if you went to Traverse City, what could you expect a registered nurse to be making? Isn't it around like 35 bucks an hour or something? Something like that, 35 bucks an hour. I think they make around that. I'm not sure. That's all right. Yeah, good reputation. I mean, there's always, the whole key is like side effects compared to the medicinal benefits. A lot of things are like that. It's just like, like red wine. I call bullshit on that. The only person that thinks red wine has a medicinal benefit is someone that likes red wine. If you look at alcohol in general, it's not good. It's not. If you look at the glucose and the sugar and what your pancreas has to do, insulin, it's calories, it's empty calories. I call it bullshit on any level of alcohol being good, other than to maybe keep you from going crazy. Oh, really? That's interesting. Yeah, there's a genetic component to that, Jabo. Yeah, there's no. This you can ask any questions you want. There's a genetic component to that, so don't get down on yourself. I mean, that's why. Yeah, view of the pay, half the pay. Is that really true, Mary? Even for like a nurse? Is that true? Yeah, I know it's weird. Well, the immigration thing, man, that's a real hot potato. Oh, that sucks, Gary. It really is. I do know this. If you uh, if you look at what people get for like we call it here a bridge card, which is a new term for welfare, and if you do it legally, honestly, there's no money in it. What's surprising to me is how over the years they've changed what you can buy with it. In the old days, you could just buy like meat and potatoes and that kind of thing. And now it's like you can buy pop and all sorts of stuff. Wouldn't surprise me if you can buy cigarettes. It's nuts. But I'll bet you money, and I don't see this talked about. And I'll bet if you look in any state you live in and you look at what the dollar amount is the state's paying out for, public benefit programs, I bet it'd blow your mind. No, what's true is the half of the pay on the bay. I don't think those Traverse City nurses are working for less than anybody anywhere else, are they? Yeah, no, that happens, Jamo. Yeah, it sure does. Good, Mia. How you doing? How's it going? I mean, I don't have kids, but if I had young kids, man, I would be, how do these people fall asleep at night? I mean, I would be so constantly worried about everything, expenses, the future, what are you going to do? God, so nerve-wracking. Yeah, I think it is, Jay. Well, what are you going to do about it? My dad had a hair like George Hamilton up until the day he died. He told me by the time I was 25, I'd be combing my hair with a washcloth. So, but I'm not an alcoholic like he was, so it's not all bad. Oh, gotcha, man. But you would say, but where you were, or even up in Northport, that would be pretty, that would be competitive pay, wouldn't it, Mary? I mean, you wouldn't be making less in Northport or where you live than somebody would in the hospital here in West Branch, would you? Oh, that's great, Gary. Good. That's good. Yeah, I believe it, Brian. I mean, other than just putting your head in the sand, I don't really see how people could not, be concerned. I mean, you got the tail end, like I said, baby boomers, and there's still retirements, and maximum Social Security, and they sold their house for 5 times more than they paid for it. But once that thing ends, let's say another 20 years, I think this place will be a ghost town. Hey Sue, how you doing? How's it going? Oh, good. But I mean, you worked up in like other hospitals, like up in Northport, and you wouldn't say that they're working at a discount because they're living up there, would you? I mean, I mean, it's great to have a view of the bay and all that, but I know that people say that, but I don't think it'd be for like healthcare workers, would it? Yeah, I mean, that's how Florida is. Most places, most things don't pay any money at all. Another cheap sign, I've talked about Borders book, or not Borders, but at Barnes and Noble, Starbucks, certain things, whether you can tell a place is thriving or not. Another one is new construction. Look at building permits. Now you go up there where Mary lives, that side of the state, and it's fantasy land. It's like the old days were everywhere else. But you get around like places where I live, you look at any new commercial buildings are almost always government. People building new houses, not happening. I mean, the skilled trades guys, like there's nothing to do. You got to like travel to go do some work other places. Really nuts. I was talking to the lady today. I ran into her today at the drugstore. She's the wife of the guy that owns the golf course behind me. She said that the people were just crazy this year. Uh, oh, it was on the low side. No kidding. She said that people were just jacked up, argumentative. And she said it was never like that prior to COVID. She thinks people are stressed out. They're, cutting in front of people on the golf course. She said 2 guys wanted to fight her in the parking lot. You know, yeah, Mary lives in a really nice area. Nice. Oh, I don't blame you, Gary. Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you get out in rural areas. Not where I'm at because it's condos, but I had that happen in Florida. I mean, you could have a $3 million house on one side, and the guy next door decides to raise pigs. Nothing you can do about it. Agricultural, residential, you never know what you're going to get. You may find the Titanic upside down in their front yard and graffiti painted on the side of it, and there's nothing you're going to do about it. Yeah, it's just the way it is. Boy, it sure seemed like fall went by quick. Yeah, I know, but you know what I mean. Like 500 of them pay. You know what I mean? Your pigs are on a constant vacation. Yeah, country club ball. Yeah, said everybody was jacked up. It's not really a country club anymore. It used to be. I can remember in the '70s, you'd wait in line for an hour to get in there, and there was a waiting list to be there as a member to play golf. And not anymore. The sign, the letters on the sign are bigger than they ever were. Public welcome. You better believe it. That country club thing's not happening. All right. Have a good day, Mary. You don't ever slaughter any of those pigs you have, do you, May? Okay. Go to the mayor. Better believe it. I'm gonna ask them what's going on here. They're always having fights down here and controversies. And this new sheriff we got, man, are they giving him a hard time? No, well, look at that Ada. I don't know if you got a chance to watch that video of the lady playing the piano, Gary. Just like I said, you should be. I bet she's a great neighbor to have. Really nice lady, like the old days. No, it's not that cold here. 39. Yeah, 39 is not bad. So it's okay, Oh, okay. Feeder pigs. Now, the feeder pigs, so would you just make sure that you didn't get attached to those? That's what I always ask somebody up here when they're farming, like that little place up the street from me. Like, how do you pitch it to the kids when the pet pig's about ready to get his head lopped off? And it's always interesting the different answers that I get. No way, Cola Bear. Seriously? Tonight? Wow. Have a good day. Thanks, Gary. Appreciate it. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I suppose that's something you get over. I mean, I don't think I could do it, but I eat meat, so that's one of those things that's like always in the back of your mind that I'm not like 100% comfortable about. I like animals and I don't hunt, but yet I eat meat. And I don't know what the hell to think on that. Tonight, no kidding. Wow. I wonder what's the deal with that? I didn't think it was getting that cold around here. Well, they're a little higher than we are. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Tonight, wow. I still got to get my heating issue fixed. Did you guys get a chance? I know some of you did, but you see that crazy stuff I uploaded about the state police? I mean, these people are off the rails nuts. It's unbelievable how a professional law enforcement agency was doing this. They're so stupid, poorly written reports, words spelled incorrectly. I mean, whatever happened to like standards getting hired there? It's nuts. I don't know what the hell to think of it. I just don't know how you don't vet any of the complainants. You know? Oh, thank you, Brian. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I appreciate it. It's a mystery to me, believe me. I don't know what to tell you about it. Yeah, sorry about your football team, Brian. They were close. Yeah, it's just it's basically they sent me the same thing, only charged me 5 times as much. Nothing new, and they claim they don't have audio of somebody calling the tip line twice. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I told you the other night I saw that big doe out across the street, so she hasn't gotten taken out yet. Hey Sherry, how you doing? Oh, good, Faye. Good for you. Faye, You probably remember when that Badger used to sail all year round. And I would have loved to have taken one of those trips across the Lake Michigan in like January or something. Oh, sorry about that, Brian. Oh, did she say that? Yeah. Well, I'm going to verify that. She's a big enough kook to take credit for something she didn't do, but I'll see if it's true or not. That sounds like her because everything she said was untrue and it's referenced in that report. Are you going over to Ollie's lives and watching that, Sherry? Are you a subscriber over there or do you check her channel out quite a bit? I guess I want to know what's your interest over there. Why would you pay any attention to her at all? Yeah, lions are banned. You know, why do you go on that channel, Sherry? Yeah, lions have been bad my whole life. Hey, Audrey, how are you? How's it going? You know, I did want to know, I'm just curious why you would go on Ollie's channel, that's all. Hey, Buttercup, how's it going? Oh yeah, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get a star on your forehead. Absolutely, for sure. Well, I hope that is Ollie that did that because she lied and all of it was false. And they finally figured that out and still kept investigating. That shouldn't be any surprise to you. I'm sure she's the same person that had me swatted by the Detroit Police Department. Oh, good, Buttercup. You still holding to your diet pretty well? Good for you. Oh, you're not, huh? Oh, okay. It's hard to do, I know. But you were doing pretty good there for a while. No, I'm not upset. I always wonder why someone watches her and listens to anything she says. There you go. That's a good enough reason. That makes sense. No, I expect that out of her. Yeah, she's definitely nuts. Hey, Jim Plunkett, I remember him. Is he still alive, Jim Plunkett? I think he was Native American, wasn't he? She's this kook that lives over in Prince Edward Island. That's constantly causing trouble. Yeah, total wacko. You know, you want to cook a piece of salmon tonight? You go out to eat any more, Buttercup, or not? It's hard to even get anything good to eat out any longer, you know? Yeah, isn't that the truth? Good for you, Brian. Good luck. I don't want to collect anything. I'm not sure what you mean, Cynthia. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, good luck. Well, you couldn't give me anything like that. No way. I got one somehow, I'd sell it. Yeah, I knew he was blind, Jay. Well, yeah, I knew about that. Yeah. Isn't he half? I'm pretty sure he's half. Isn't he half Native American though, Jim Plunkett? Oh, thanks, Sherry. I mean, normally, I would believe that, but she'll claim anything that gets one more person to tune in and watch her. So till I hear it with my own ears. Oh, I didn't know any of those were left. Hey, Conan, how you doing? I mailed your soap today. Oh, cool, cool. How'd you get that? Good for you. That's good. Oh, okay. No, I used to love going to Beef Car. I didn't. Is that the real? Is that like the real McCoy, or just someone that kind of picked up the name after they all went out of business? And they carved the beef and everything like that? Oh, cool, cool. Good for you. Now, I've read a lot of things on autographs, and they said that it was the secretaries that sold them a lot, or publicity agents. I don't know how much truth to that is. Yeah, don't they just use sand out there, Blue? I think that's what they do. Yeah, be curious when you get it. Seems like the mail's improved, but I can't say that for sure. Yeah, ribeye steaks. Yeah, that's a good cut. I like ribeye steaks. Fats in the right places. Oh, I believe it, Buttercup. Yeah, I didn't know those. You didn't mess around like uh, Telegraph and the 12 Mile much, did you? Did you ever go around that area? Oh, okay, Blue. That's cool. I know they're trying beet juice here because it's rusting so many cars out. I was talking to that guy that owns a collision shop around here the other day, and he was telling me the problems with these aluminum pickups. You remember MCL Cafeteria? You remember that? Tel 12 Mall? Yeah, I used to go there. I dropped out of college here and delivered pet supplies. Oh, okay. That's what I thought. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know the Hispanic part, so you were right too. Oh, okay. They're not still there, are they, MCO cafeteria? Oh, cool, cool. Yeah, that's a high cocaine user. Ended up getting him on that boat. The aluminum pickup trucks. Evidently, the cost on a repair and the insurance. If you, as long as you don't wreck them, they're great. But evidently, there's a lot of preparation to repair those. Yeah, it's different than metal. Yeah, cafeteria days are long gone. Sure seems like it, doesn't it? Yeah. Did you get a brand new one, Scott? Scott? Yeah, I never tried that Buttercup. Never did it. Yeah, we got a place here that sells pretty good ribeyes. You can tell though the economy's changed by what they're selling and what they advertise. I mean, fillets were like $34 a pound for a while. I didn't get one kid for Halloween here. Nothing. Zero. Oh, thank you. You know. Well, I think I'm going to sign off here, you guys, and cook my piece of salmon. Another busy night here in West Branch, Michigan. So hope you guys have a good night. Good day tomorrow if I don't talk to you. Oh, cool, Scott McScott. It'll still be good. I mean, it's nice to know it's not going to turn into a rusted piece of junk. Only three? All right, Sherry, you too. See you later. Bye, Faye. See you, Blue. Yeah, thanks a lot. You guys have a good night. Yeah, take care, Brian. Yeah, it's nothing great. You know, I'd buy it at Aldi's. Probably end up getting bladder cancer. Probably grew up in a giant fish tank. See you, Cole. All right, Buttercup. Have a good day. Yeah, see you, McScott. Bye, Conan. Nah, a lot of these places like the City Hall and stuff have them. I don't blame them. Bunch of crazies out there nowadays. Plus, I don't know that I want my kid going up to like a get potential COVID over something like that. You know, if you gotta go to a doctor's office, that's one thing. But just going up to a bunch of strangers' house that may not have any protocol, I don't think I'd do it. And we're kind of out of the way. I mean, I've never had people even pre-COVID, so I can't blame that. You know. Well, take it easy, guys. Have a good night. Should get your soap in a few days. Smell great. And that girl said that it's all good for dry skin, so it's just in time. Yep. All right, Jay. Well, have a good night. Take that pill. See you, hangover. They sent him some soap. I was in that place about a week ago, and I said if anybody wants a bar, they could have one. So the people spoke up, and Faye was nice enough to keep a record of it, and they sent me their address, and I mailed them out today. You'd have been on, you'd have got a bar. She kept it up. Next time I go down there, I'll get you a bar. See you, Simka. Yeah. You know, it's that soap they hand make or something like that. Yeah, it was just basically trying to help the girl out, and anybody that wanted a bar could get it. Yeah, that's right. got a lot of those. All right, take it easy, guys.